The average family uses close to a ton of water every day to drink, brush our teeth, bathe, do the laundry, and many other uses that enhance the quality of our daily lives. Water is indeed ubiquitous in our lives and is in fact the only utility service that's actually ingested into our bodies. Raw water travels from its source to the treatment plant and later into hundreds, even thousands of miles of transmission and distribution pipes before reaching your home. Quality standards required by the EPA must be maintained throughout the system. The transmission and distribution networks are vast with unique challenges, especially compared to other utilities. Water cannot be transported easily. It's heavy and uncompressible. 1 gallon weighs more than 8 pounds. It takes a great deal of electricity to move water within the distribution system. New treatment technologies, including membrane, ultraviolet light, and reverse osmosis, are constantly evolving to keep pace with new federal quality requirements to ensure an adequate and high-quality supply of water. Adequate water supply is another important issue for water utilities. Many factors affect the adequacy of water supplies, including changing consumption patterns from growing and shifting populations, as well as conservation, changes in climate, land use, pollution, and others. Insufficient freshwater supplies from surface or groundwater have led communities to use non-traditional sources of water, such as salty or brackish waters, which require special, expensive treatment processes like desalination. Desalination converts salt water into drinking water at plants like this one in Tampa, Florida. The Tampa Bay plant uses reverse osmosis to remove the salt, although reverse osmosis can be used to treat more traditional waters as well. In arid parts of the country, to take some pressure off limited sources of raw water, water utilities are active in recycling wastewater, allowing golf courses like this one to stay green while preserving and protecting the environment. It makes the most of a limited resource. Of course, water isn't just for drinking. Fire protection is an often overlooked critical public service often provided by water utilities. Fire hydrants stand ready, and in most cases your water rates pay to maintain them. In fact, utilities' pipes and treatment plants must be oversized in the design process to handle peak fire flows in addition to customers' peak water flows. Today we're so used to turning on the faucet and receiving high-quality water 24/7 that we take it for granted. We might better appreciate the full value of water service if we had to carry it home ourselves, or if we had to filter it and boil it before we could consume it. The sophisticated systems and conveyance networks needed to bring water to your tap have made the water business the most capital-intensive of all the utility services. Since this infrastructure doesn't last forever, it must be periodically replaced. There are about 1 million miles of pipeline and aqueducts in the U.S. and Canada. That's enough to circle the Earth 40 times. Aging and failing pipes ultimately undermine water quality and health protection, as well as the reliability of water service. In the next 30 years, much of that underground system will reach the end of its useful lifespan, requiring even higher levels of capital investment than in the past. Current estimates indicate that the cost of replacing aging infrastructure and compliance with federal quality standards for the water and wastewater industries in the U.S. could approach $1 trillion over 20 years. Reliability and quality depend on sound infrastructure, which requires time, expertise, and money. One thing's certain, tap water is a relative bargain in most parts of the U.S. Western Europeans pay 2 to 3 times more than we do for the same service. We enjoy water delivered directly to our homes at a fraction of the cost of its bottled counterpart. Bottled water can be up to 1,000 times more expensive than tap water. Imagine how much bottled water you'd need to take a shower, and how much that would cost. The challenge for all utilities is to continue to offer consumers high-quality, reliable water at a fair price while making the huge infrastructure investments that are needed to assure high-quality, reliable water service over the long term. Utilities must also keep pace with changing technologies like automated meter reading, automated leak detection, automated customer phone notification systems, and alternative energy sources. We'll be able to meet all these challenges in part through the efforts of our skilled and dedicated employees. There are tens of thousands of water employees serving communities across the country. These workers have families who are water customers themselves, and they know customers are counting on them. They work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to ensure that service is uninterrupted. They take pride in their role as environmental stewards, protectors of the water supply. Maintaining this skilled and dedicated workforce as the baby boom generation retires is another critical challenge for the water industry. The future holds many challenges for all water service providers, customers, and regulators. Aging infrastructure, tougher quality standards, growing supply constraints, rising costs, the increasing need for greater technological and operating expertise. To effectively meet these challenges, we must use a more integrated and holistic approach to the management of this precious and essential resource. It must recognize the legitimate interests of all stakeholders and incorporate wise use and sustainability of water resources for future generations as fundamental principles. We really have no choice. We are, after all, dealing with none other than life's key ingredient.